Welcome to Megapath Presents. My name is Ronnie Hayes, and today, let's talk. Wait, what are we talking about? I split this in two, so now, previously I got off track and started rambling, and I did what you guys said. Usually I wouldn't show it to you. I'd scrap the video and get right on to the topic, but I'm giving it to you. It's your thoughts and opinions about gore, misery porn, gore porn in The Walking Dead. How do you feel about deaths and everything like that? And a huge thank you at the end for reaching 41K subscribers on the road to 100K. Thank you very much. Go check out that video. Please leave your thoughts and opinions. And also, I'm getting a lot of comments saying, dude, where's your, video about the new clip for the promo? Where's this video? You said you were reviewing this. Where's this? A lot of the Map family is not getting the notifications that the videos are out there. So please look through the video list, catch up on the videos. For some reason, YouTube isn't notifying everyone correctly. Also, you can go to your settings and click that you want notifications in your email and things like that. So Google how to do that. Check those other videos out. I don't know how to fix that any other way other than you guys having to check that notification box. Now today let's get right into the topic of The Walking Dead Season 6 and where it's going to go from here. I'm going to keep the spoilers for the comic to the end of the video. That's going to be a common thing now, unless it's a comic related or comic explained video. I'm going to interrupt real quick and let you know, right now we're going to talk about everything that has been announced, so there's going to be some super minor spoilers, but we are going to talk about what all is going to happen from episode 9 to 16. We're hitting all the key moments that we know of that have been announced. So if you find any of this to be spoilers, leave now, because again, this has been announced, but some of it is from the comic book. We will not go into detail. We'll just basically summarize very lightly some things that are going to happen. Thank you. Stay tuned. If you're nervous, don't worry about it. It's not huge spoilers. Season 6, what we do know is that the first half took the course of only 2 days. We do know that Robert Kirkman has came out and said that the second half is going to span longer, a greater amount of time, which makes sense for a couple reasons we're going to discuss in the back half of this video. What we do know is something's going to happen in episode 9. There's going to be a death or some deaths that are very bloody and disturbing. Now, I'm all for that. You guys know, I feel like there's something in the comic book that they need to translate to the TV show. We'll get into that after we know what actually happens. Okay, so moving on, obviously, since they hinted that there's going to be a time skip of a bigger time skip than 2 days, we know that there will be some kind of rebuild because they're going to stay at Alexandria. Now, to give you guys some somewhat spoilery clarification, we're going to talk about what is the Hilltop, and I'm going to keep this really spoiler free, but these are in the coming promos and announcements. So they've already announced it. I'm just trying to clear it up for those who aren't too sure. They've hinted at a new character. His name is Paul Jesus Monroe. Now, he's basically a new citizen from a different community. Yes, that explains the larger world banner they have, and that is to hint that there's another community out there. Now, I won't go into details on if they're good and bad. I will give you a little hint. They're both. So that'll be very interesting. Okay, so we do know they talked about needing food and supplies when No Way Out started. That's where the walkers got to the fence. So after the shit goes down, and they already released that promo with them fighting all the walkers out in nighttime, which I'm not happy about that promo, but we'll get to that in the review for the episode. So they fight the walkers, they rebuild Alexandria. There's a couple deaths or a death. Afterwards, depending on who is injured and how bad they are injured, some time will pass where they'll show, most likely, and this is a little shocking, but probably from episode 9 to 10, they will show it being rebuilt in a way, to a certain degree. We don't really know how much. Then from that, we're going to meet that new character they were talking about. We already got a hint of the Saviors. I don't know what direction they're going to take that, because that is different from the comic book. Then from that, we're most likely going to meet a new community. From that new community, we're also going to branch out and have another altercation with these Saviors, meet their leader, and that will conclude the end of Season 6. So we're going to go from... Oh my God! No, she does not watch the show, but I have no problem with her looking at a little fake zombie, because he's cool! Daddy.
I just wanted to see because I thought this one had a zipper too.
Oh, no, that one doesn't have a zipper. Look at these little zippers. If you guys want to watch the review to these, they are cool.
Can I show? So I'm going to show you what the zipper does. The zipper opens and closes.
Thank you. To recap real quick, we're having the walkers inside Alexandria, a gladiator battle. They're going to rebuild somewhat. They're going to need to search for food. And they're going to find this new character named Jesus. That character is going to take them to a new community called the Hilltop. From there, we're going to again meet up with these saviors that have already met Daryl and Abraham and Sasha out on the road. There's going to be a big conflict and we'll finally get to meet the leader. They have already hinted and announced it's going to be the very last episode. So the leader's introduction will most likely be in the last 20 minutes or so of episode 16 in season 6. So that is pretty much all of the second half of season 6, minus the finer details. They have already said there's going to be a couple bottle episodes, which is going to be only like a character or two, so keep an eye out for that, obviously. Why wouldn't you? So anyway, that's pretty much how the end of season 6 is going to go. I know I'm going to get a couple comments that are saying... Exactly. I know I'm going to get a couple comments saying, you just spoiled it. No, we are catching up on everything that has been officially announced, not spoiler sites. Again, they announced officially the casting of Jesus. They announced officially the Hilltop. They announced officially from their own words in interviews that Negan was cast and will appear in the season 6 finale. And they announced everything leading up to there. Everything I'm talking about has been officially announced in the news. That's what this video was about. If you're not here for that, maybe I'll put that warning in the beginning of this video. Let's talk about the comic book stuff real quick. I'm going to jump into that clip and we'll end it. If you don't want to hear the comic book stuff, leave now or forever hold your peace. I love you. Thank you. If you don't want to hear, leave your thoughts and opinions in that comment box. Now, I do want to talk about some comic book related stuff. Robert Kirkman did mention that they were skipping a big amount of time. Now, skipping that big amount of time is going to be needed if they do the Carl shot in the face scene, because they're going to need him to heal up, or else he's going to be in a coma when they meet Negan and kind of miss out on some of that introductory story. Then also, skipping of time will allow for the weather change. Is a small thing, but it's important because before they were hot and sweaty and it was in the summertime seemingly, and we're going to need Rick to get into that coat so they can go into the introduction of Negan. And I know that is not a big deal, but it kind of is, because the coat makes him look like an official badass. It's from the comic book. Fans love it. It looks cool, and he's already in the promos wearing it. So when that passage of time makes sense, because they were running out of food during No Way Out when the walkers started coming. So if time has passed, they're probably desperate at this point. So like the comic, they're going to most likely make a deal for food or go to the Hilltop. They might remix that. Go to the Hilltop in search for food because, again, they're desperate, and being desperate is most likely the only logical reason they would believe Jesus, which is the new character, to go to the Hilltop in the very beginning. Also, there's that talk about the tower. The tower went down, took out the fence. If they're skipping a decent amount of time, there's additional time to clean out Alexandria and also build some kind of new tower, or an addition onto a building, where they can probably put up some kind of tower that's on an existing building. I don't expect them to build a tower from scratch, but someone did mention the church there that's similar to the one in the comic, where in the comic book, they expanded the fence to encompass the church or go around the church and everything else. In their expansion, they can actually use the church tower inside, which then gets a little tricky with the story because the tower was on the outside, and if they remix some of the story where Andrea is attacked by a savior in the tower, that happened on the outside, and it makes sense because the attack happens there. If the attack and ambush happens inside Alexandria, that would remix the story in a way, and it's possible. However, I don't want to get ahead of myself and mix up the translation and a remix of what they're doing with the story, but please leave your thoughts and opinions about this in the comment box below. I'm done talking. It's your turn. Subscribe now.